Here we go. Welcome back to the second 20 minutes of this particular day. We are going to be in Ventures 4, page 72. What I'd like us to do is to start in the little gray boxes and read the sentences. Remember, you're reading these out loud. Known information, unexpected information, and the example. Everyone? It takes 30 hours to drive from Denver to Los Angeles. Next, William refuses to fly. How are we going to put although in that clause to show a contrast? Although it takes 30 hours to drive from Denver to Los Angeles, William refuses to fly. So here, the although goes with the known. Next, Jake sets his alarm clock every day. Known information. Unexpected information. Jake often wakes up late and misses his bus. Putting them together, Jake often wakes up late and misses his bus, although he sets his alarm clock every day. So we're going to go through the rest of the page. I'm going to give you a moment before each sentence to write the sentence, and there are actually two examples of how it's to be done. It says also circle the sentence which is surprising or unexpected. Then combine the sentences. Use although in front of the sentence that is not surprising and unexpected. Here we go. Reading out loud. Mrs. Sanchez can't operate her digital camera. Although she read the directions many times. Which one is surprising and unexpected? Mrs. Sanchez can't operate her digital camera. So the although goes with the known. She read the directions many times. Okay, here we go. Next, Mrs. White's car has a GPS system. She gets lost all the time. So which sentence is surprising or unexpected? She gets lost all the time. So, although goes with the known. The known, we know that Mrs. White's car has a GPS system. So the sentence is going to be, although Mrs. White's car has a GPS system, she gets lost all the time. The next one, let's look for the known. We know he paid a lot of money for it. But the other part of the sentence is, Mr. Green doesn't use his microwave. Actually, this is kind of confusing to me because both of those things are known. So the known is Mr. Green, the way that we're going to construct it is, Mr. Green doesn't use his microwave, although he paid a lot of money for it. Next, Mr. Chung doesn't like to use it. Email is fast. So what is known here? That's right. Email is fast. So that gets the although. So it's going to be, although email is fast, Mr. Chung doesn't like to use it. Number 5. The known. Ebooks are very popular. So the sentence is going to be, I prefer to read paperback and hardcover books, although ebooks are very popular. Or, actually, what would sound better here is to say, although ebooks are very popular, and put that first, then say, I prefer to read paperback and hardcover books. Okay, number 6. Ms. K had urgent business 1,000 miles away. She refused to travel by plane. So the part that's known here is that Ms. K had urgent business 1,000 miles away. So we're going to use although with the known. What is it going to be? Although Ms. K had urgent business 1,000 miles away, she refused to travel by plane. Okay, reminder, making sure you're reading out loud. Number 7. Known. My house has central air conditioning. So although goes with the known. And here, either one of these could come first or last. You could say, I prefer to use a fan when it's hot, although my house has central air conditioning. It is also correct to say, although my house has central air conditioning, I prefer to use a fan when it's hot. That's just usage, and that's really just practice as to what might come first. Number 8, the known. Ben never sets his alarm clock. So let's put that first. Although Ben never sets his alarm clock, he still gets to work on time. Number 9. That's right. My music is available online. So although, that's what we know. So although is going to go with the known. So it's going to be, although all my music is available online, I play my CDs on my CD player at home. Okay, wonderful. Let's move on to page 73, please. And I would like us to take a moment to look at the picture, figure out what it is we're going to say, and then say them both together using the example that they use in the little blue bubble. But before we do that, let's go over to the dark blue window that has useful language. And it says, even though is stronger than although. Though is less formal, is a less formal form of although. Let's see how many we can use here in these little examples. So the first one, what do you see in the picture? Perfect, computer. What do you see in the picture next to it? Paper and an envelope. Paper, pen, and an envelope. So we're going to say, even though Mr. Chung has a computer, he prefers to write letters by hand. Next, what do you see in the first picture? Perfect, TV. What do you see in the second picture? Radio. Okay. Even though Mr. Chung has, and knowing Mr. Chung, think about which one he might prefer. Even though Mr. Chung has a television, he prefers to, that's right, listen to his radio. All right, let's go to number 3. What do you see in number 3? That's right, dishwasher. In the picture next to it, now I know this is going to be varied. Washing dishes in a sink, washing dishes by hand is probably the preferred vocabulary. So here we go. Even though Mr. Chung has a dishwasher, he washes dishes by hand in his sink. Okay. Number 4. What do you see? That's right, vacuum cleaner. Picture next to it, a broom. Let's use although. Although Mr. Chung has a vacuum cleaner, he prefers to use his broom. Or he prefers to sweep with his broom, prefers to clean up with his broom. Okay. Number 5. What do you see in the first picture? iPad. Next picture. Set. Yes, when you have things that go together and are in a series, it's called a set. So here's a set of encyclopedias. Written text. Left side, electronics. Mr. Chung. Okay, although Mr. Chung has an iPad, he prefers to find information in the encyclopedia. Okay, perfect. Number 6, cell phone. The next one, landline. Everybody know that? Landline. So, although Mr. Chung has a cell phone, he prefers to use his landline. There we go. So, I would now like us to please pick up the workbook to go with this section. And the workbook is going to be we're going to start on page 70. Actually, we're going to start on page 66. Sorry. 66. Let's read the vocabulary. Convenient, devices, distracting, electronic, innovative, manual, spam, text message. Here we go. Remember, this is reading out loud. Everybody, I work in an office, and my job has changed a lot in the last few years. In that time, we have gotten a lot of innovative technology in our company. Some of these time-saving, that's right, devices work really well and are very convenient. For example, I love my cell phone. People can reach me when I'm outside of the office, and they can also send me a quick, good text message. I also really like my electronic postal scale. Oh, that's a mouthful. Electronic postal scale. Again, electronic postal scale. Good. It gives me the correct weight of letters and packages so I can print my own mailing labels. That means I never have to go to the post office. It's so much better than my old, that's right, manual scale. Other technology doesn't really save any time at all. Email is one example. Although it's very fast, it can be very, that's right, distracting. Often I get messages when I'm working on something else, and then I forget what I'm doing. Another problem is that so many messages are just spam. I think the worst device, though, is my laptop computer. I have a new one. In the past, I had to finish all my work before Friday evening. Now, my boss expects me to take my computer home and work on the weekend. That doesn't save me any time at all. Okay, let's do section 2, please. Circle T or F, true or false. Number 1. That's right, everyone. The writer works in a library. False. Number 2. That's right. The writer likes all new technology. False. Number 3. Good. The writer has an electronic scale now. That is true. Number 4. Here we go. The writer thinks that email doesn't save any time. True. Number 5. Okay. The writer likes laptop computers. False. Next. Here we go. The writer uses a laptop computer to work at home. Okay. We only have 2 more minutes, but let's go on to the next page and start, and we'll pick up where we left off. It says, circle the correct words. Would you please read this silently and circle the correct word? So, it's machine. Number 2. That's correct. Upset. Number 3. That's right. Easier. Number 4. That's right. Listened to. What is it? Listened to. Make sure you push out that D sound. Listen to. Listened to. That tells the past. Next. That's right. Your hands. Manual, mono, hand. Good. Next. Good. Off. Number 7. That's right. Computer. And the last one? That's right. New. New technology. And the word is innovative. everyone innovative. All right, that's the end of this segment, and I will see you in a few minutes.